Credit to Coach Alvin and a good Ohio University football team. I thought they did the things that are needed to win in postseason, especially when you have a backup quarterback. Came in with a game plan to run the ball and do quarterback-driven runs and really make it a third down and short, efficient game where you have to, get off the field on third down, and did not do that defensively. We were 10 of 15. Offensively, I thought we put our defense in a poor positions early, especially in the first half. I don't think you're going to win any game with 5 turnovers and then getting none on the other side. We knew we were going to have to play a clean game. You're talking about one of the top 5 defenses in the country, and we played a very, very poor first half. I appreciate how hard the kids fought in the second half all the way around, all the way until the last dang play. That's who they are. But at the end of the day, we didn't make enough plays to win. Thank you to our seniors. Those 27 men that were on the field have laid a foundation to get us to postseason play, and now it's our job to take it from here and continue to build upon their success that they've laid and get this thing to a championship level.
Coach, the offense seems to have regressed the last few weeks towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed to spill over into this game as well with the turnovers and problems that you had. Is there something you can put your finger on? Is that something you feel like you need to address in the offseason? Or do you feel like it's a personnel issue and you're just going to have to work on that in the offseason?
Well, I feel like we needed to play better early in this football game. You look at the turnovers that happened early in this game, it really got us behind the 8 ball. Started playing really better football in the second half, but it was a little bit too little too late. I thought there was a brink with the turnover with Derwin on the sideline. You're just getting ready for a chance maybe to cut that to a 1-score game, and then all of a sudden you have a turnover, inside the 15-yard line. You look up, yards are nice. You're going to look at 350 yards passing today, 32 of 42. You're going to look at, against that football team who's top 5 in the country defensively. You're going to see yards but not enough points. They were a 15-point-a-game team. I thought we had a chance to go out there and put some points on the board. But we got in some 4-down situations late, and hopefully in a closer game you're putting more points on the board. We've got to play better as an offense. It's not to our level. We've been a 450, 500-yard offense, and we weren't that in November. And that's all of us. That's coaches, that's players, that's everybody. It's not just one thing. We'll evaluate just like every team does at the end of the year. You break it down to the most minute detail, and we'll do what we feel is best. Obviously with a new quarterback that's going to be in play. Fortunately, a running back room that's coming back that's pretty talented, offensive line room that's pretty talented. You lose basically one wide receiver who happened to catch 100 balls for the season today. We'll have to replace that, but there's a lot of things that we need to do better. And I think the first one, Josh, is probably just playing cleaner football. I think you're going to look at the end of the day, and our turnover margin is not acceptable to win championships. It got us to a bowl game, but it's not acceptable to be able to have a championship level. And that's what we've got to go to.
There was a lot of third and longs that they converted 3rd and 15, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. I know you mentioned that they got some third down, but it seemed like you did pretty good against 3rd and short. Was it 3rd and longs?
Well, I thought they did a really nice job. Even 10 of 15 on the day, you're progressing really well. And in that first half, anytime you have a change of quarterback and you've seen a really good quarterback that's played all year, and then the next guy comes in, you kind of want to feel what the MO is going to be. And you could tell, after about the first quarter, that those 3rd and longs were a lot of quarterback draws. It was screen game, not putting him in a hard situation, which is smart by their staff. You got a new quarterback that hasn't played a ton, and you throw 16 balls on the day, and he goes 10 of 16. But I think the most impressive thing by the kid was he had 70 yards worth of rushing, and that's really on a lot of those third downs he converted with his legs on QB draws. So credit to them. I thought they came in with a really good game plan, with where they were in the quarterback position, and really, gave him things that he can operate very well.
Coach, you talked a little bit about the fight with the team. What does it say about this team that they were able, to rally and make it close there for a second?
This team has always fought. I've never have to worry about their effort or their attitude. They've done that since I've been here. I feel bad for them because I thought they had put themselves in a position to get back into the game. Right there at the end of the third quarter, I was like, man, we make this score. Hold on, this thing's going to get really fun. And we turned it back over on the 15-yard line going in. So sad for them. I think they know it too. That you can't go out there and go 5-0 in turnover margin and go -5 and think you're going to win a football game. I love their fight. We just got to get rid of those unforced errors.
Where's the? I was gonna say, I know this season's over, but signing day in a couple of days, and then, the recruiting in the portal and things like that continue. You feel good about where you guys are in regard to that?
Yeah, definitely. We're going back right now. I'm getting ready to jump on a bus, and we got kids coming in tonight. I got coaches that are jumping on a jet to fly down to Statesboro as fast as they can with some kids that are coming in tonight. Tomorrow's the last day of recruiting. It's a quiet period where kids are allowed to be on campus, but we're not allowed to be off. So we're taking advantage of that. We've got a couple of kids that are coming on that we hope that we got the opportunity to talk into being Eagles. I think you're going to see a class somewhere around 20 early here, I credit our staff. They've over the last 3 years, I think you're going to look at an average of about 20 high school football players, majority from the state of Georgia. We've built this thing, and you look out there, and I keep on seeing young kids making hell of a plays. We've built this thing as a development program, not just to change overnight, sign 70 whatever portal kids. We're trying to bring in development with high school kids from Georgia and the surrounding states, and then bring in transfer kids in significant areas where you see a TJ Smith was great tomorrow, Shamar Bartholomew was great today. Those kids where there is a true need, and so we've lived by that. Hopefully we can finish the right way. I think we are going to, and continue building upon this thing and continue to get into postseason play each and every year.
Coach, you mentioned coming into this game how important this was to finish 7-6, to show some progress. Obviously, 0-5 to finish the season is not the way you'd like to have finished it, but that's the way it ended up. What do you do right now to kind of rally the troops? Yeah,
right now, you look at where you're at, and you're back-to-back postseason play team. You're a bowl team, and we aim higher than that. That's the standard. That's the expectation, Josh. To be real with you, where we want to be at is at a championship level and competing at a championship, and we didn't put that best foot forward here in the basically last third of the season. Now it's time to regroup with a bunch of talented young players that truly believe in what we're doing. I don't think there's any question in that. Be able to bring in our third recruiting cycle along with a couple transfer kids, and to be able to, I really think, get into the second year of a defensive system that has improved, be able to take our offense to another level, which I thought was elite in year one, was okay in year two, which we don't do okay on offense. We believe in being elite and get it back to elite, and so that's my job, and I look forward to it. I really do.
How far do you feel like you guys are from being a championship team?
I think it's going to be really important with this recruiting cycle, finishing up the way I think it's going to finish up. You never believe anything until the ink is dry. If you see 20 kids come across the board on Wednesday, then smile because I think it's headed in a really, really good direction. And then it's going to be an off season of being able to really focus on getting rid of the unforced errors. We're putting up yards, we're putting up points, but we're hurting ourselves in the turnover area. And we've got to be able to make sure from all positions, whether that's a quarterback making a decision or whether that's a skilled player, not putting the ball on the ground. That's our job as coaches to correct that, and it's my job. And so I take ownership in all of it, and I expect in year 3 to be contending for a conference championship. That's who I am. That's what I believe in. That's what I demand of myself and demand of the staff, and look forward to that challenge and look forward to that opportunity.